Hey guys. Hey Steve. Hey Denise. Hey Tony. Hey Mar. Hey Nene. Hey Trace. Hey Sarah. Hey Fancy Kitty. I know tonight was like super late. Hey Huckleberry. I went out to dinner with a friend. Hey Letha. So that's why I'm like super late. Or I made it super late. Hey Poppy. Hey Steph. Hey Laura. So tonight's going to get a little graphic. Hey Ozzy. Hey Janelle. Hey Tony. I know, right? I actually went out of my house. Hey Sherry. Hey Bedwolf. Hey Serenity. Hey Dee Dee. So how you guys doing tonight? Hey Kelly. Thank you. I actually think it's the lighting, because when I look in the bathroom, it doesn't look this good. Hey Marty. Here's another thing I appreciate about Laura. She respects her subs and starts on time. Absolutely. Sometimes I'm like 5 minutes late, though. Hey Huckleberry. Dinner, lunch days with friends are always lovely. Yes. One of my best friends from Florida is closing on her house this Friday here. Closing on her house Friday here. They bought a house here. And I can't wait. Yeah, you're not going to be in here. And thank you, Tony. Hey, JS loves giraffes. Yeah, Brian's not going to be in here. Thank you, Laura. As you can hear, Fluffer. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kelly. I check in every chance I can when you're on. Thanks, Kelly. Thank you, Serenity. Nina, you caught that? Hey, Christy. And now I'm sure there'll be 6 more videos. But that's okay. Ah, thanks, Fancy Kitty. So, how are you guys doing tonight? So, is anyone watching Dark, or am I like the only one watching it? Hey, Denise. Because season 2 is intense. Like, the only problem is you have to, like, watch it. Could get him out of here after time. Oh, believe me, Bonita, I'm not having it. Laura, just letting you know I am here, but going to watch you downstairs on big screen and I can't type. That's okay, Carol. Nope, not watching Dark. Oh, you watch it, Carol? Second season is better than the first. It is so intense. It's a series on Netflix. Season 1 was like 2 years ago. And I've been waiting forever to come out with season 2. It's like, it's on Netflix. But you have to watch season 1 or you're going to be totally lost on season 2. Like, it's one of those series, like, you literally have to watch every second or you're going to get lost. And you must watch season 1 before 2. Yes, Dark. It is so good. I'm like hooked on it. And it just keeps getting better and better. It's called Dark, D-A-R-K. And it is very dark. It's weird. It's just strange, but it's really good. I have not watched Ozark. It started a while ago and forgot, so thanks for reminding me. Laura Beatrice's husband had surgery, but isn't awake yet. Okay, hopefully he'll be awake. Don't forget to change the live chat. Alright. Done. I want to say maybe I watched Ozark, but I don't remember. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Angel Pepper. I saw you in before, and then I saw you disappear. Hey, Truth. Yes, Dark was, it was really good. Kimberly, they need a cockroach trap. Hey, Tina. I'm hanging good. How you hanging? I'm still full from dinner. But the good news is, in 48 hours, I will have almost no children for like 3 weeks. I'm sure my son will pop in and out, and stay here a couple of days. But his girlfriend's mom drives him to football practice Monday through Thursday because I work. So, thank you, Sandra. So, I'm generally going to be kid-free. I think it's time I get a life. I'm going to clean the house spotless, and then no kids can mess it up. I'm so excited. There'll be some good mommy time. Did you bring a doggy bag? I'm hungry. It wasn't that much. Like, I just got a buffalo chicken wrap and some fries. Hey, Long Island girl. Get a massage. I just want alone time. But then again, I can't yell at anyone about Buka. I'm like, let the fucking dog out. Now it'll just be me. All right. Hey, Mary. So you guys ready to get started? I want to say something today. I laughed and cried. Thank you all who did videos supporting sarcasm. Hey, Pumpkin. Is anyone helping out with fundraising for Be True? A husband is a sole provider. They're facing some extremely tough times ahead. I have not, Pumpkin. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to stay away from fundraise for a little while. Hey, Tina. Hey, Red Dragon. But there, Pumpkin, there's a GoFundMe link right on her page, I believe. You're going to get a guy. I don't know, maybe. No, it's just different channel, different background. All right, so you guys ready to get started? So some of the pictures tonight are going to be graphic. There is some, thank you, Tony. There is some stuff that I kind of might disagree with consensus, meaning that I looked over some stuff. And there is a GoFundMe, yes. I looked over some stuff, and I'm not so sure I agree with Gray or what they seem to have discovered. So what you guys are going to hear tonight, you're going to hear the autopsy report as the parents heard it. And I'm going to show you some autopsy pictures of where I may disagree with Gray and Lordit. On what they found or what they believe it is. But some of the pictures are graphic. They're pretty intense. And I'm just not so... I can't say for sure. I haven't studied the case the way Gray has or obviously the way Sheila has. But certain things just... I'm not sure about. One of the things, which is why I did the cover photo. The cover photo, when you're going to do a hammock over you're going to have bodies in it, you're going to need to hook it on a tree that's big. And the tree that they used was tiny. So that didn't make sense to me. I'm like, you can't hold a hammock to that. Like, that's kind of dangerous. Can you go over what happened in like a short background, please? Oh, all right. So those of you that are not familiar with the case, woman named Lauren Agee, she was 21 years old. She went to Wake Fest with some friends that she really didn't know all that well. And she was a beautiful young girl. What happened was she was found dead. She left on Thursday or Friday. Her body was found in the water on Sunday, face down. The cops really couldn't be bothered and ruled it a accidental death, like she fell off the cliff, which could be possible still, but it's not how she died. She fell off a cliff, and they kind of feel like it was a murder, but since the cops ruled it out as a murder, and it was just an accident, that's how they ruled it. Her parents are very wealthy, and her parents hired a private investigator who pretty much made her mark on this case. Hired a private investigator to find out if this was murder or not. It happened in 2015. In February of 2019, yeah, just a couple of months ago, after being turned down over and over and over, the judge reopened the case. And the parents are allowed to file a wrongful death, which reopens the case. And this private eye, Sheila, has been working nonstop to prove that this was murder and that it was not an accidental death. So that's kind of the background. Anyone have any questions to date before I move on? Can we share it? If you can get it from me, Pumpkin, I will definitely share it. So there's a lot of talk about these autopsy photos. Don't forget to mention the former cop. Mention him in what way? I'm going to get to the cops because I have an audio recording of the cops, the parents secretly videotaped or audio taped the police officer, the former cop. But I'm going to save that for tomorrow night or Thursday night. Tonight, I'm just going to do the autopsy photos. Because the reason why I'm jumping to the autopsy photos is because last video, I gave you like a background of everything, but I think a lot is said in these autopsy photos, and the fact that once I really look them over, I'm just not sure I agree with consensus. So that's what got me really interested in the autopsy photos. Now, I'm going to show you, hey Melly, I'm going to show you a couple pictures. And the one who was there and offered his opinion. I got that on recording, Kelly. I'm going to get all that. Wakefest is a, water games. And it happens every year. I don't know if it always happens in Tennessee, but it happened this year in 2015 in Tennessee. And it's just like extreme water sports is basically the easiest way to put it. Where's Tawanda? Yeah, I was talking to her earlier. Waterboarding. It's like extreme sports of water. And it's called Wakefest. And they do it every year. And this year of 2015, someone died. But there's a lot of clues, like even as a doctor, there's lots of clues in an autopsy photo. And what I tried to do is I tried to look up autopsy photos of people being in water and, for how long, what your hands look like, how white they would be, different spots. But there's a couple things that a lot of people notice that I happen to agree with. And I'm going to show you in a minute. Oh, it does do the same place every year? Okay, so it's the same place every year in Tennessee. That's why they take pictures, you're right. Yep. It is, because you can tell a lot. All right. Yes, it is, Stephanie. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So you're still going to see the chat because I'm just covering the screen. Now, I can make this bigger. All right. So this is her hand. Now you can tell by the white, she was definitely in water, or at least her fingertips were in water a significant amount of time. And hold on, I gotta let the dog out. Come on. So you can tell the tips of a water at least were in water. I mean, that's pretty white. Now, a lot of people think, was it shallow water? No, it wasn't shallow. What a lot of people think is that her hands, her knuckles and stuff look like that she was fighting something or something. I don't happen to agree. I think that's standard marks from, you can brush up against something. It can be a, hey, ballet babe. It could be, I don't know. What do you guys think? I just don't see these major marks of like defense wounds. And that's what a lot of people on Sheila's site was saying, that it was like defense wounds. And I don't see defense wounds. I see normal like wear and tear on hands. I agree with you. Knuckles seem perfectly normal. What I had a hard time understanding is why the fingertips are so much whiter. So then I started to think of frostbite. Maybe her fingers got frostbite. I agree. It looks like shriveled fingers. But I don't see defensive wounds or anything on her knuckles. One finger and the thumb that's so white. That white will usually happen from, from frostbite though. Hey, water ski mom. That can happen from frostbite. So now, that's her hair or seaweed or something, but to me that looks like hair. I think her hands may be resting or floating or natural. Could be, but it's only her fingertips. She was found above. She didn't drown. She was found floating with her hands in, face down. Because if she was floating face down, tips of hand weren't emerged as long. Okay. The wind be camping in the open if it was frostbite. Yeah, but you don't know how cold the water was. Hey, Jackie. Your fingertips the last thing to get oxygen. Okay. So that's the one thing, though, that I didn't agree with. Like, okay, that's a little cut. But these are tiny little cuts. I don't see them as being much. All right. Now, all right. Now, here's another picture of her hand. This is her other hand, I believe. And again, I don't see defensive marks. I do see that nail polish was taken off all of her other fingers, which can happen from being submerged in water. Now, from this angle, what you see is her hands were face down, but not submerged. That's why the underneath is white, but the top really isn't that white. Which tells me she wasn't in water 48 hours. Because I think it would have come over to this side more, possibly. But she's pretty, it could be dings from the rocks. I mean, she's definitely pretty white and wrinkled, but not as bad you would think if it was like 48 hours. But I'm not totally sure. Yeah, they look dirty, but it doesn't look like she was fighting anyone. That's where I'm getting they would. And I'm going to go through that after everything. Hold on. This is jumping ahead. I don't want to jump that far ahead yet. Okay, this is a big one to me. This is where I disagree with Gray and others. All right. So Gray, possible the medical examiner believe, actually this is too close. They believe that these are bite marks, like human bite marks. My problem with this is square. Nobody's mouth is square. So I get that these dents really do look like teeth marks, but this is perfectly square, and you can't bite both ways. So this is one of the things that I disagree with them. The skin isn't torn. I don't know how close. That might be a little red. I see. The problem is it gets too fuzzy. But I can see where they might think it's teeth marks here. But I just think it's too square to be teeth marks. And both Lorden and Gray said they were teeth marks. And I think Sheila said it too, and I disagree. I just don't see teeth marks. I don't think you can tell from that angle. Okay, I can change the angle. See, even so, I can see why they think it's teeth marks. I can. But it's still square. I don't know. This is a picture of teeth marks, though. And you can see, here's a bathing suit. I don't know. I can see why they think it's teeth marks, but I just don't know anyone's mouth that is square. And I know you guys can't see my cursor. Oh, it's on her back? Let me see if I can make it bigger. Do you see what I'm saying? Zoom out. Okay. That's as far out as it goes. See, you see bite marks. I can see where you think it's bite marks, but whose mouth is square? I've seen bite marks a lot. It doesn't look like teeth to me, but I'm not a professional. It doesn't look like teeth to me either. Like the actual mark does, but nobody's mouth looks like that. Doesn't look like a human, but that's what I'm saying. Where they all think it did. A bra buckle's not a bad idea. That's not a bad thought. See bite marks, but I know what you mean. I just don't see how it could be bite marks with the shape of it. I could flip it again. And take it from a different angle. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's definitely an indentation. And obviously, if you have bite marks, it's going to show bruising. But I don't know. I'm just... When I look at other bite marks, I just can't see a mouth being square. And I see a square. That's stress, not bite mark. Is that her backside? To tell you the truth, I don't know. I think it is. Let me zoom out. Yeah, because that's her bathing suit back. So this is on her back. This is her back. It's on her back. Well, Gray and everybody believe it's bite marks. I just thought it was a little odd. Looks like top bite marks picked up. Is that her back? If so, it's hard to get enough to bite. Now, this definitely isn't her boob. People have said a turtle mark too. Okay. I don't think the mark could be from the hammock, but you can tell her bathing suit line. This is definitely her back. Because that's her bathing suit line. No, they said this was one of the bites. I agree, A. Woodward. All right. Now, all of her marks. Hold on, let me move this. Let me shut this. Okay. So can you guys read this? This is the autopsy report. She had a mark there. She had a mark there. She had a piercing. I can't even read this dude's handwriting. I know, she was such a lovely girl. You can read that? Good for you, because I can't. Dark red nail polish. Yeah, I can't read it all. But this doesn't even show that. And this isn't showing anything under her breast either. This was the actual autopsy report. Incident report, they just have it as drowning, and that's it. And they have it as completed, done. So the whole incident report was on 7/26. I was dispatched to Still Point for a possible drowning. Body of Lauren Taylor, Agee, was found by Dylan and Lynn Blair, who was fishing at the time. The body was recovered by Sergeant Williams, Detective Patrick, and officers of the Tyra and transported by DeKalb EMS to DeKalb Community Hospital. That's it. That's all she got. The descendant is a 21-year-old white female, is last seen alive around 3:30 on 7/26 by friends who which she was camping with. Blunt trauma to head and back. Possible drowning. Accident. Now let's examine that for a second. She was 21. You have blunt trauma to the head and back. You know she didn't drown because she was found floating. How is that an accident? That's the part I have a problem with. If it was an accident, you wouldn't have blunt trauma to the head and back, no less. Because if you fell out of the hammock, I know it is terribly brief. That they are serious. If you fell out of a hammock and you fell like 90 feet in the air, guess what? One, you're not going to have blunt trauma to the head and back. It's going to be like impossible. But what you are going to have is a drowning. But if you're dead by the time you hit the water, guess what? You're not going to drown. So that's the part that I was like, whoa, that doesn't make sense. And obviously the family said it didn't make sense either. But that's the whole report. There's nothing more to it. That report was filed on 9/13 of 2015. Because, one, as we know, if you drown, if you die in the water and you drown, you sink. Because your body fills up like airbags or sandbags and you sink to the ground. So we know she didn't drown. So if she didn't drown, it means that she was dead when she fell off the cliff. Assuming she fell off the cliff, she was already dead. So that's why she floated. And I don't understand how I and so many others are not MEs, we're not forensics, and just know a little bit of background and you can figure that out. So the family obviously felt the same way and said, no, this ain't right. But they just didn't want to be bothered. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you guys. If she hit a tree or a rock on the way down, it could explain the trauma to the body. But I don't think she just fell off a cliff. No, I think they killed her and then threw her off. I think they kicked her off. That's what I think. I think Chris or somebody, which I'm going to get into a later episode, I really think Chris kicked her right off. Probably killed her, maybe dumped her over in the hammock, because you got to remember, they have to make it look good. It has to look like she fell. It has to look like an accident. So if she died, you just kind of, whoops, accidentally throw her off if nobody saw her. What's interesting now, and I found these pictures, I don't know if I saved them, but I found these pictures that her, now, like 4 years later, the 90-foot cliff is now like sea level. It's like perfectly level. It's pretty weird. All right. Let me go back to this. Hold on. All right. That could be dropped from bridge if that's in play. No water in lungs. She definitely did not drown. Absolutely, hands down, did not drown. Police department is a joke. I really believe that they killed her on top and then threw her off the cliff. So it makes it look like it went that way. And I don't think they did it until Sunday. I think they kept her up on that cliff until they were done partying, and then they threw her off. That's my own personal opinion. But I want you guys to hear what the medical examiner has to say, the autopsy. Hold on, where'd it go? Uh-oh. I lost it. Whoops. I just kicked on dark. All right, hold on. Oh my God, now I can't find it. I move it. Ah, here it is. Nope, that's the other one. All right, hold on. I don't know how I lost it. This is the one about Chris. All right.
ZipRecruiter.
Hang on.
In the background.
Dr. Deering did.
All right. All right. So what I'm going to play now. So you disagree with the medical examiner? Absolutely, I'm disagreeing. But I want you guys to hear what the autopsy, the medical examiner told the parents about all her injuries. It's pretty interesting read. I mean, it's pretty interesting listen.
This one.
Can you guys hear
What
it?
Dr. Deering found with the blunt force injuries to the head, but what he found is that there was abrasion on the right side of the forehead, and abrasion on the lip, a large subgaleal hemorrhage, which is inside the brain, fractured right temporal bone, a diffuse subdural hemorrhage, which is inside the brain, and a focal subretinal hemorrhage, which is in the sac between the brain and the skull. The trauma to the torso is her bilateral fractured ribs 1 through 9, posteriorly.
Okay, now fractured ribs can happen from a fall. So that doesn't faze me. Like I don't disagree with that. Are we disagreeing with the actual findings, or are we disagreeing in the sense that the findings are too... Oh, the findings are way too vague. But when the autopsy guy, when the medical examiner from the autopsy tells the parents everything, there's so many injuries that there's no possible way that happened from a fall. But the cops did not want to deal with it. They just didn't want to. It was horrible. Hang on one second. I'm going to take this time to smoke. All right, hold up. Where we go?
And right, or left 1 through 9, which there's 1 through 9 on the left side of her body, and there's 9 through 11 on the other side of the body. The fractures are in the back. So what that tells me is that she actually hit here, or here, if you think of hitting them. You know, these 9 are broken and these 9 through 11 down here, and they're broken toward her back.
On this side, because her face was this side.
Left side. Well, I'll explain how. That doctor, there was a medical examiner here in Nashville many years ago that explained the coup counter coup. What happens is when you hit, everything shifts back this way. So it's not uncommon to see the bruising and the hemorrhaging on the other side, as well as the side to hit on. But one statement right there, there's 2 statements, that one, number P1 tells me.
And by the way, that's not me moving. Her father had and it's explained later, her father had a video camera, an audio camera, whatever, in his pocket. And he kept moving, and he didn't realize how loud it was going to be. So that's why that's just him. It's not me. And Simon, Bad Wolf, I know.
She went off the cliff.
The investigator just told Sherry and Mike Smith that Lauren broke P1.
It would take an immense amount of pressure for her body to break that way. Okay?
So she fell from a high up altitude.
The investigator told Sherry it would take a lot of pressure for her body to break. Sherry wanted that clarified.
From some distance.
Okay.
I know that in infants, they did a study many years ago, falls from beds on the tile floors, and there were virtually no injuries. So, then you got to take her weight and add a pipe to that. She fell from a distance.
But it had to hit something hard, not water.
I would think that it had to hit something hard.
Okay.
The investigator then talked about a study. Babies that fell out of cribs and hit tile had no damage. But then he said if you take Lauren's weight, that would account for the damage. Sherry also tried to get clarification from the investigator on whether it was a surface Lauren hit or water. I don't believe she really ever got that answered right here.
I'm going to agree with their theory that she hit you've been there, so you'll know the face of the cliff or the bluff comes down, and then there's some rock, kind of a short bed of rock, and then there's the water, right?
To me, it's more like this.
That's her dad.
Here's the water. Here's the top, and it's just got this. I didn't, and I was looking for that, and I didn't necessarily on that side. Maybe there's a spot. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Well, I'm going to assume that this occurred because we don't know which side she went off. I'm going to assume that she went off on the marina. I'm just, for the sake of argument, I'm going to assume that. Let me.
Do the currents run that way?
This investigator.
All right, let me stop right there and answer something in chat. AD, it's Tennessee law that the cops have to ask for a rape kit, and the cops never asked for one. The hospital, the parents, nobody can order a rape kit in the state of California. In the state of Tennessee, in a death, unless it's the police. And the police never ordered it, therefore it could never be done. It was never done.
is telling Sherry and Mike that he is going to assume that Lauren fell off the marina side, and that would account for her injuries.
No, the parents know it's murder, and they hired the best of the best to prove it. Jennifer.
Mike, however, is saying, wait a minute, I've been out there. I don't see what you're seeing. But once again...
All right, because I don't want to get too off base. What Janelle is saying is she had they found her with a tampon in, but she didn't have her period. So because she had a tampon in, the cops never did the rape kit, never offered the rape kit because she had a tampon in, so they figured she wasn't raped. But come to find out, she didn't even have her period. So there was no reason for her to have a tampon in. Now, only a serial rapist to me would think like that. Oh, let's put a tampon in so they won't do a rape kit. I mean, that's kind of weird. So I don't know. The whole thing is weird, though.
And he's going to be gracious and defer to the investigator.
I have that problem. I have a problem with how she would have gotten up there. Not to say it's impossible. I don't know. I mean, I just don't. That's not something, that's a question I have that something we're going to have to look at. They were generating water that day. To me, that would pull currents from whatever Bear Creek, whatever creek that is, which is really a river coming down into the main channel.
Right. Well, up from where they found her was the water runs through that.
Don't forget, that is her dad because the dad is taping it. The dad needs all this information to prove that it was a murder, not a accident.
Creek as well. If they're pulling water, even if they're not pulling water, there's a waterfall right up from where they found it. So, I mean, the water is running the opposite direction.
Again, I have a problem with how she got back, okay?
But the detective immediately writes it off as, well, no, she could have gone up there. Well, the current was flowing that way, and then the boats pushed her up in there. I'm like...
From what I've heard, and I've heard mainly from you, but from what I've heard, I have a problem with what the detective said. I'm just saying, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Now, when I get his report, maybe I won't. I mean, he might can clear a lot of this up when I get his report. I don't know. Right now, I got a problem. If what happened is their theory,
Right.
she can come off the bluff, she can hit this shell right here in the road in the water with no problem at all.
She was 21.
Here's a problem I have that I have to answer to, okay? If she does this, as she hits and rolls into the water, which is virtually going to be that fast, she's still going to be trying to, and why have we not got the water in the lungs? Okay? Why is it not noted in here that there's water in the lungs? I don't know. Again, may have a better answer than when I get to it.
Sandra, that's what I think.
And from that photo, I see what you're saying, but again, there at the top, I don't remember seeing the shore because it kind of, you see that middle section kind of comes out a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it just.
It's like an overhang.
Yeah, it's a cut, it's where the water cut through the,
Yeah. So
where the water rise,
that middle section was
the issue becomes.
If I could have edited the movement out, I would. But what Mike was saying to the investigator was important. He was pointing out the inconsistencies of what he was being told.
Okay.
Mike is the father.
The summer pool was at summer pool. It rained quite a bit before you got up there, so
Right.
was the level of the lake higher?
They don't want to exhume the body.
Yeah, on this picture's 2008.
Yeah.
But that is there. What if it's 6
Just
inches
below
under
the
the
water,
water? You're still going to hit it. A
Yeah.
foot under the water, you're still going to hit it from that high. It just depends on what, then those are answers we don't have right now. On that day, what was the level of the lake? So that, it's there. We know it's there. It's there on
See, Jackie, you're correct, but nobody knows when she actually hit the water. That's why I think she was killed above and she was thrown over, like in the middle of the night.
every bluff. There's Elm Hill Marina, the cliff of Elm Hill. So anyway, back to this. She's
Because a lot of people cliff dive too. So they may have thought people were just cliff diving, or they threw her over and cliff dived.
fractured her thoracic number 10, T10. So she broke her back. There was,
She felt like thump,
well, yeah,
like dead fall, not rolling, not just like stop.
Sherry Smith's observations are very intuitive and correct.
Per se.
you don't know. I mean, let's say that she's completely sober, not intoxicated, and she, for the sake of argument, looking for a place to go to the bathroom, she gets disoriented and she steps off the cliff, which is a normal reaction. Does she have time to flip her body trying to find ground? Probably.
Somebody heard a scream on that side, and all the boats were
Maybe she
there.
didn't scream. I don't know. See,
Yeah.
we don't know. And that's the biggest problem we have right now, is that we don't know. We don't know what Jeremy's found out. We don't know what Jeremy's not found out. And epidural and subdural hemorrhages of the cord. That tells me that had she lived, she would have died. Okay? Multiple abrasions and contusions of the lower extremities, right upper arm, and left posterior hand and forearm. Okay, the back of her left hand and forearm. So again, to me, it makes sense. Again, I don't know. I'm just trying to theorize, which is getting us all in trouble at this point. That she's trying to catch herself if she is. Okay. And here's the autopsy part. Again, at the top, this blunt force injuries. I'd buy that cause of death without a problem.
There is absolutely no question Lauren died from blunt force trauma to the head.
That's what she looks like.
This investigator said he could buy that without a problem. But how did she get the blunt force trauma to her head? That's what needs to be looked at.
Possible drowning, there's nothing in here to indicate a possible drowning. Other than she was found in the water, and that could be his theory for possible drowning.
There is no evidence that Lauren Agee died of drowning.
In circumstances of death, the manner of death is an accident. I'm going to say that he was led down that path to accident. I've been there over 1,000 times, not exaggerating once, but I've been there over 1,000 times and told my story to the medical examiner previous to the autopsy, and it had an impact on the decision of this medical examiner. It just did. That's how it works.
This investigator is saying that the medical examiner in Nashville will go with whatever the investigator says for manner of death.
They also send, in some cases where there's not a county coroner, they will send one of the investigators from their office out, and then that investigator gives them the story. If I was a detective, they come out and talk to me, they go to the scene, I let them know what I found, they just make their own mind up of what they found, and then they would go back and tell the medical examiner. They'd write a report up, tell the medical examiner what they saw. So when she got to the Forensic Science Center, here in, it's the Center for Forensic Medicine now, here in Nashville, she had a bracelet on. I'm sorry, they put a bracelet on, but when they started the autopsy, she had a bracelet on. She had on a black tank top, black animal print bra, pink shorts. That's been a contention that she didn't have any. I think you were saying pink trunks or pink swimming.
Color pink.
So
She doesn't know anything.
well, she had on pink shorts when she got here. Maybe they were hands, who knows? But she had on pink shorts and black pants.
Many times you hear Sherry Smith talk about the pink shorts. The reason is because Sherry's trying to figure out if her daughter was redressed in someone else's clothes.
She had her belly button piercing and her ears were pierced. She had pink nail polish on the left 1 and 2 fingers only, and dark red toenail polish. Apparently they didn't do x-rays.
all said she had been cliff diving that day. And that she had injured,
Jumping off the cliff.
Yeah, and had injured herself. And then they also said that they gave her pain medicine or aspirin or ibuprofen or, stuff for her pain.
So Sherry Smith was told that Lauren had pain medicine in her body. The autopsy said that Lauren did not have any pain medicine in her body, not even a Tylenol.
No one other than the suspect have seen her cliff diving, or there's no pictures, no videos.
Where did you get that information?
From Jeremy Taylor.
I don't know that Jeremy Taylor told me it was raining outside. That at this point, I would believe him based on all the different crap I heard. I want to see that in the report.
My question is, if they were looking at her brain, could they tell if she'd had some damage from the day, like a concussion?
I don't know if they would be able to date it that further.
A medical examiner should be able to say whether or not someone had a concussion.
Any from 10 o'clock that morning to 10 o'clock the next morning. I don't know.
Okay.
So all of her internal injuries are documented here. When they did the autopsy, it describes how they did the autopsy. She had a 1/8 inch abrasion just at the right eyebrow. The forehead showed multiple purple small macules, which I'm going to assume are scratches, but I can
Hawks?
make sense to me.
Okay, so we had a lot of injuries. Okay.
Yep.
I tried.
Now, you remember she was in the casket, all these things right here?
I didn't see those, but I know.
Well,
I didn't pull her.
there is some over here on her left arm,
Well,
which is going to be on this side. Be right this side. Right here is what I'm talking
well,
about.
in the casket, it was this arm where Bree was, and there were these marks all over her arm. I don't know, it's just not on here.
Yeah, it's not here. And I, again, this guy's science, he didn't give a shit about DeKalb County. He don't care about Jeremy Taylor. He don't care about y'all. He cared about Lauren and documenting what was going on with Lauren.
Earlier, he said the medical examiner in Nashville listens to the investigators, and that's how he comes to his conclusion.
Okay.
It goes through the internal injuries at the top of the next page, page 3. Again, it goes over what he's got on the other. What I had to figure out, it says within the torso there is a bruise to the septum, and there's 40 milliliters of serosanguous fluid in the right chest. I had to look serious fluid up to make sure that it wasn't lake water. It's not. It's actually a fluid that's in the blood. So it would be like an edema, pleurisy within your chest cavity where something inside broke when she hit, so that fluid leaked out. That's not a foreign fluid like lake water. That's the only, unless I see it here, and I've gone through this 15 times already, but unless I see it again as we go through it, that's the only fluid I can find in her lungs, except for, so then the external injuries, which are going to show on that diagram, talks about the string of the tampon. There's no fluid draining from the mouth or nose.
Did they remove the tampon?
I can't see him leaving it in there, but it doesn't say I removed the tampon. I don't know that it would say that.
Because the guy said he had sex with her. I just would wonder if there would be a remnant of that from the day before.
We don't see that's the
If
problem.
he did take it out, I'm sure he didn't keep it.
Why wouldn't a medical examiner keep a tampon in an open investigation?
There's your answer.
Yeah, they don't keep it as evidence because it was an accident.
They wouldn't have. He wouldn't have kept it.
I don't know why. It was an investigation.
But they had it as an accident. they weren't looking, they didn't do nail.
Doesn't say anything about nail scrapings in there that I found. So,
Think about that. No nail scrapings. They threw out the tampon. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is where I say they need Ken Kratz on the case.
you know, the mouth has got natural dention and
Okay.
Well, we didn't discuss anything.
yeah, so we're all doing is reading what's on here. We're not.
Yeah.
I know. I just.
So.
Now here if you come back to the laboratory report.
And also, let me add in too. She had a boyfriend. These two people that she met, like, all right, so people wondering how she knew them. She knew the girl. No shit, Tawanda. She knew the girl, but she didn't know the guys. So what the guys said is that one of them had sex with her. Okay, if one of them had sex with her, she didn't even know them, and she had a boyfriend. So that is not adding up at all, whatsoever.
There's actually two different. Here's a 176 and on the very first page.
DD, exactly my point.
There's the ethanol, alcohol, volatile. On that page, there's a 176. Okay, and then go back to the next to the last page. It's the same thing, same test. The difference is the type of specimen. So the femoral blood is the 176. The femoral artery, which is to be the leg blood. The vitreous blood.
And this ends in a couple of minutes. Until then, I'm going to show you guys something.
In a later episode, Mark Gillespie addresses this remark.
Which is more accurate?
Is a 217. I would go with the heart blood. I would use the heart blood, the vitreous blood, if I was in court.
Which
what I would
is
use.
the 1.17.
No, the 0.217. Which, if you remember when we talked, that's 3/1000ths of a milligram from 22.
Right.
That's where we got 22.
When Jeremy was being so rude to us on the phone yesterday, he said her blood alcohol content was 0.17.
So he had seen the autopsy.
Yes. Even though he lied and said he hadn't.
Once again, Sherry Smith is realizing that the detective in charge of Lauren's case is not telling her the truth.
That's not a problem if we have the autopsies.
There's a reason I'm showing you guys this.
Mike Smith is such a respectful human being, and he always is thinking about what's right. Isn't it a shame that the detective in charge doesn't have that same philosophy?
What does it matter?
They gave it to us. I mean, that's complete ignorance that that's
Problem
wrong.
should be with the medical examiner, I guess.
Yeah, that's where if he's had a problem with us having it, he should have a problem with it.
Does it, let me ask you this. This was my contention, that, well, I'm trying to, there's specifics of the case I want to keep quiet that now are out because you guys have the autopsy, so it kind of blew that whole thing. So now we know if she's got scratches under her left arm, and that's a clue later on down the road, since this is out, then now we can't use that. No,
You
that's
know,
not.
if, I'll answer that this way. If he hadn't been such an ass about the way he's treating you, then you would have had no reason to go over and try to get a copy of it. You know, if he would have contacted you like he said he was going to do every Thursday at 5 o'clock, if he would have kept y'all in the loop, if he would have said, hey, I'm telling you this, but I don't want it out, then you would have had no reason to be suspicious to try to go get this stuff on your own.
100% agree with that statement.
Again, there's not a homicide case that I've worked that I didn't hold stuff back from everybody. That maybe me and my partner were the only ones that knew.
But you weren't a dick to the people.
No, not all the time, no. Judging from this, it's the eyeball. But it says vitreous, and here's where I'm getting this, just so y'all know.
Could you guys
the
imagine?
vitreous part of the eye. I would have associated vitreous with a vein or the heart more than I would have the eyeball. So I'm going to just, for the sake of argument, say that it was a fluid that they drew out of her eyeball to have tested. He says toxicology shows moderate ethanol. Another misnomer, and we've had this at the bottom of page 5. Another misnomer is when a body decomposes, it does not produce ethanol, alcohol. It produces methanol, methane. The ethanol is not going to be affected by decomposition. I will also say that in
I care,
the
Steph.
amount of time
I
that
care,
Lauren was
Tina.
in the water, there wasn't much decomposition anyway.
Doesn't that raise the question on what time she actually died?
So that would have been producing that gas to change it. It wouldn't have changed the ethanol to start with. It would have been a methanol.
Wasn't it in the 90s? Was the water cooler?
Oh, the water's a lot cooler. A whole lot cooler in that lake than the air temperature. Mm-hmm. That's a cold lake. I've scuba dived in it. It's a cold.
And they've had a lot of rain, so it makes it.
Yeah. So then they give the summary of the case. That's what the doctor was told.
Kaja, I don't know.
I read that to you the other day.
Yeah.
The hammock partially hung out on the trees which overhung the water. This, say, for the sake of argument, again, theorizing that she woke up, she went to get out of the hammock, she's hanging over the edge anyway. She gets out of the hammock and there she goes.
But
Not getting up to go pee, not get, that would explain not having any shoes on. That would explain every bit of that.
was that hammock directly over where those rocks were?
I don't know. We haven't seen his pictures. A lot of again, and I've said this, I know 100 times, we just won't know until we get his case file and look at his pictures. And
How long can he hold the case file?
They've got cases open over here next door since 1967. I think at this point, you're pissing him off. He's going to keep it open.
This has got to change. We have got to stop this power play against grieving families. Tennessee has some of the worst laws on turning over information to families after not even investigating the cases.
You poking the bear. I said that last night. As long as you piss him off and give him a reason to push back, he's going to push back. Is that right? Absolutely not. Does he hold the cards? Absolutely. We can't
This
change it.
30-year-old asshole holds the cards in our life. He has to answer to somebody higher.
The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office holds the cards right now and what's going on in this investigation.
The final authority on this case is Governor Bill Lee, and hopefully he is paying attention. I sure know several of you have contacted him.
Again, and I know you're hearing me, I'm just not sure you're listening, is that when we get enough to show that he's a 30-year-old asshole that's screwing with y'all, then we go to the sheriff and to the DA, and maybe leave the sheriff out and go to the DA. If that doesn't work, then we go to the media. If you go straight to the media, then that's going to piss the DA off. So there you're poking that bear. This has got to be done very strategically on our part. And I'll say on y'all's part, but I'm a part of this team, okay?
Sad for these grieving families that they have to
I agree,
be
Marty.
strategic on dealing with the people that are investigating their child's death or their loved one's death.
And it has to be done very strategically. The only drug in her system is ethanol alcohol. So if they gave her any pain pills or pain medicine,
Which they claim in the police report, from what I understand, they did.
acetaminophen, none detected.
But there was no semen found in her or anything like that.
There's no indication of that in this at all.
But did they check for that?
No. That's a question you have to ask. I would have, and I have said before, I would think that is a standard.
I don't think, yeah.
They
But they
would look
didn't
for
do it.
anything foreign when they do the autopsy.
But they,
I wasn't there for the autopsy, so I can't speak to that.
so a question would be, when you do talk to this guy, is
Hey,
he treated
Sasma.
her nails, and did they
No, there's no indication that they scraped her nails. There's no indication of defense wounds. I mean, there is indication of some trying to catch herself, you know, hitting her arm.
Okay, so that was the autopsy report. Now, a lot of people are wondering how the parents are so calm. It was March 7th of this year. The daughter died in 2015. They needed all this information to gather in order to reopen the case, which they did. And now they need all this information for court. So I don't know if the taping was on March 7th, but I know it wasn't back in 2015. But can you fucking imagine being those parents? Okay. So the reason why I've had this on the screen, I want you to see how straight her nose is. And I know it's a little hard to tell, but you can tell how straight her nose is. When you get submerged in water, which she wasn't really submerged, your body can puff out for sure. But I want you guys to now look at her nose as well. Hold on. Oh, you can't see it in this photo. All right, let me go back to that. But they were saying the neck marks. This is what a lot of people were wondering. If her neck looked like maybe she had something around her for a little while. My feeling on this, and I don't know if this happened to any other mom as a parent, but when Sage was really, really little, like she was a baby, somehow one piece of hair, these are real evidence photos. One strand of hair got wrapped around her toe, and her toe blew up. So when I look at this neck, to me, I see maybe a strand of hair is what got caught there. The private investigator thinks otherwise. They thought there was more to it, but I really truly believe that this was nothing more than a strand of hair or two strands of hair that got wrapped around it, and that's why you have the sun marks. That's just my opinion. But even this one looks like it's hair, but I really believe that the white one, because she wasn't fat. She was like 110 pounds wet. And I know that your face blows up and stuff, but to me, it just looks like it may have been hair that got caught, and that's why it's swollen. Because hair, like I said, it's too thin to be a ligature mark. I agree with you. But I really, truly know that, like with Sage's toe, it just blew up, and it was one strand of hair. So looking at that mark and the way it's white, I really do think it was her hair. Yep, you see, Ava, you know exactly what I mean. Lighter and skin, I could see that, like if somebody was fat, she wasn't fat at all. But that's why I think that's hair. I think people were looking more into that than it is. I think a piece of hair just got wrapped around her neck. But there's a picture of her nose I have to find that's really interesting. I don't know why there's like a blister on the middle of her lip. There is some serious bruising on her chin. Sheila has worked hard for Lauren. I agree with you. Not being nasty, but looks like the sun marks I have on my fat neck. And that's what I'm saying, though. I would see that if she was fat, but she wasn't. Skinny people get those bands, too. Okay. And that's possible. I really think it was hair. I think, well, you see one of them that's hair. You can definitely see that. I really think the other one is hair, too. But one thing, I understand that when you're submerged in water, you get puffy. No, she did not have a lip ring. That's why I don't know why she blistered right there. It's too skinny. Yeah, it's not a rope or anything like that. And you can't kill someone with a strand of hair because it would break. But I don't know. I really think that the hair got wrapped around. But I got to find a picture of her nose because it is so obvious her nose was broken. even in water, it would not do this. Give me a moment. Let me find it. Oh. All right, hold on. Hold on a minute. Because it's a really good photo. Bear with me. All right, you wanted to see the scene. Hang on. I'm getting there. Bear with me. Where? I saw it yesterday. Hang on. Now I can't find where I saw it. I had it all laid out yesterday. Why is it not here? Oh, you know what I just learned? Okay. So there's a transcript of Jeremy Taylor's conversation. So I'm a top tier. So I was wondering why I didn't receive the transcript. So she answered me. She said, I'll get it by email. So as soon as I get it, I'll let you guys know. Where is autopsy? Okay. So the picture that I just showed you, they believe that she was choked. I don't believe that. I don't think she was choked. I think it just has to do with the hair wrapped around her neck. That's my honest opinion. I can't believe I can't find these photos. Alright, for some reason I can't find this photo. But there's a photo that shows her nose, and her nose is completely broken. Like, it is so twisted that does not happen from... Good night, Tracy. That just doesn't happen normally. I am Sasmar because I joined her top level Patreon. I'm going to try to get her on here. Here we go. Hold on. I think I found it. Okay. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? This is the real deal here. Hang on. I gotta switch sides here. Look away if you must. Okay. Here's all the autopsy photos. Bra strap and back abrasions. More of those back abrasions. Now, mind you, she was face down when she was found. Center back abrasions and upper right arm. Scratches, definitive scratches. Now, that could possibly be explained by falling by the trees. Could be anything. More scratches. That was her big thing, was breathe. Scratches go all the way down. To me, that could be defensive wounds. More scratches. Hand scratches. I think they're the same ones. And it could be twigs and branches. Absolutely. Some lighter ones. Here's her left arm. Her arm. Pretty intense scratches. Her fingers. There's a right thigh puncture wound. Don't know what it is. A standard bruise. Left upper thigh and left inner knee. So that kind of makes me think they did not take samples under the fingernails. That's what they couldn't understand. Why they didn't take things of her fingernails with all these like scratches. That's her knee. Interesting mark. Cut knee and bruising upper right thigh. Look at all these bruises. It's possible she didn't immediately die. If she would, she had to have been dead before she hit the water. Her feet. More scratches. Left foot top and heel injuries. See, to me, well, once I finish these, I'll show you. Okay. So those are injury ones. Here's my thing on that, though. You can't, like you can, but you can't. You can't have all those injuries and not make it look like you were running away, that you were trying to get away from somebody barefoot. Her feet were sitting in front of the tent. Not her feet, her thongs. Feet thongs were in front of the tent. They were lined up in front of the tent. To me, those scratches, those cuts, look like she was trying to get away from somebody in the rocks. That's what it looks like to me. And I know that I haven't heard many people say that from what the research I've done, but I think that someone raped her and she was trying to get away from them. And that's where all those scratches came from. I think that's when she was killed. Now, bite marks or anything else, I don't know yet. I don't. But I really believe that all those marks on her bodies have to do with her running from somebody. And I really believe that. Let me put you back over here. Okay. She was barefoot. She fought for her life on rocks barefoot. I absolutely agree with that. And she may have fell. You've been talking to U.S. Aussies too much. Feet thongs. Because you think thongs, I don't want to think it's like, G-string. But if you look at the campsite, let me show you the campsite. Okay, it's kind of easier if I do it this way. Okay. Whoop, I don't want to do that. That's not it. No, these aren't it. That was part of the campsite. Here's a big one. Now, there are 3 hammocks attached to this small branch. Are you kidding me? That's the hammock. Now, you can see there are trees. But there's more to the story. That's where she supposedly fell, or that's where she was found. That's her with who I believe killed her. Chris. I know. Jeremy. I think it's Jeremy. I forget. Do you have pics of Cliff? Yes, I do. Hang on. This is all part of the cliff. Let me do it this way. This way I can make them bigger. They're still not really bigger. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Not what I wanted. I can't get any bigger pictures. I'll get them next time. Here's a decent one, but it's probably going to be small. Here you go. This is a good one.
See this cliff right here. 21-year-old Lauren Taylor Agee was camping here over the weekend at the very edge of this cliff in a hammock. They were enjoying Wake Fest that happened here at this marina. Sunday morning, her body was discovered by a fisherman around this point. And the Sheriff's Department, DeKalb County Sheriff's Department, pulled her body out at this boat ramp. But her friends want to know what happened to her. Nobody seems to know what happened to her between Saturday night and Sunday afternoon when her body was found. And like I said, she was camping on the side of this cliff, and I'm told that her hammock was less than 5 feet away from the edge. We're going to have more tonight on Fox 17 News at 9 o'clock.
There you go. Couldn't ask for better than that. All right. Let me come back over here. All right. So now you guys can see it. It is so sad, and there's so much more to it. Can I post link to the video I found of her father taking a cross out to cliff? Absolutely. To cliff to hang up on the cliff. Of course. And there's so much more to come. Like, tonight I just wanted to focus on the autopsy and the autopsy pictures because I found when I was listening to some of the opinions of Gray and Sheila and the medical examiner, and I'm like, no, this isn't adding up. This chick was getting away from somebody. Like, those scratches and stuff, could they be from a fall? Yeah. But to me, they're way more consistent with somebody running. And the guy said he had sex with her, which is completely fabricated because, I mean, he may have had sex with her, but she had a boyfriend, so she didn't do it willingly. So my theory, and I'm not too into this case yet, like I haven't delved into it, but my theory, or I want to say my thesis that I'm going to prove, is that she was raped or attempted rape. She was trying to get away from this guy. She went over the cliff. She, rambled on the cliff, whatever. I think he hurt her, possibly beat the shit out of her, and which is why her nose was broken and she has the bruises. And then she ran, probably couldn't see, and dove over the cliff. So technically, it was an accident. Technically, she did go over the cliff. Technically, she went on over a cliff by herself. But she did it because she was trying to escape somebody that raped her. And it was dark and she couldn't see. So that's my theory. That's my thesis that I'm going to put together. Put hammock there. Or fighting someone. Same thing. But he also claims that he did have sex with her. Didn't you say last time her friends thought she went to an event without them on that Sunday? No. her friends did go to the event on Sunday. Her friends acted like there was nothing wrong. Can't see any girl being in that hammock. I know. And it was like attached to like this tiny little thing. I don't know why the rape speculation, because someone said it, that the parents said that the guy one of the guys said they had sex with her. She had a boyfriend. Do we know why the family didn't push harder for a debt to be? Oh, they are. They've been pushing for 3 years. Her parents hired the best of the best. Wasn't she? Yes, she was there right there. And she like I explained last time, she wanted to leave, and they didn't want her to leave. I do think it's rape. Don't you think she was dead before she hit the water? It's possible. But looking at the scratches and stuff, it is also possible that... I mean, all right, let me rephrase that. She was... By the way, there wasn't lungs in her body... Yeah, she was probably dead before she hit the water. But I also believe that she was running from somebody being raped. She could have fell. She could have hit her head. He could have hit her head. He could have hit her with a bat to shut her up. Maybe she was screaming. Who knows? But even if he hit her with a bat or, blunt force to the head, maybe he just punched her in the head, got her dazed, kind of knocked her out, and then she hit the water. Or maybe she did hit her head on the way down, and was killed instantly, and then boom, she hit the water. There's a lot of different scenarios, but looking at the scratches on her and just her body marks, I kind of tend to believe that she was killed. That she was raped and she was running away from someone hurting her. That's my feeling. There were plenty of branches around. How many people? It seems that for that night, there was only like 4 of them. They didn't do fingernail scrapings, they didn't do anything. And looking at her scratches, but what got me on my theory is that if you look at the bottom of her feet and the top of her feet, that's pretty consistent, or even her knee. That's pretty consistent with somebody trying to run and, hitting rocks or falling. Like, to me, I just think of like all these like horror movies where somebody's running on the rocks and then they fall and trip. She's got consistent bruising on both her knees. If she fell over a cliff, she's not going to have that bruising on her knees. But bruising on their knees could be either she was raped and she was on her knees, or she was running. And when you combine it with the little scratches on her arms, and, it's just totally consistent with somebody running. And running to get away. So you think she was raped with the tampon in place? I don't believe the whole tampon story, because remember, they didn't keep it. So the girl could have put it in afterwards. I mean, who knows? Or maybe she had a tampon in and told him she had a period, and he was trying to rape her, and she ran. It could be anything. They wrote her off as a drowning. Yes. Send you the pics of the hammock. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pics of the hammock. But then the hammock was like half off. It was so weird. They don't show the blunt force head trauma. No. But there is a picture. I have to find it. I'll bring it to you guys on tomorrow night. Her nose is like swollen, which can happen, but is bent. And it's totally to the side. And I don't know what happened to it, why I can't find it. Those blood spotty marks look like a hard grip. I agree. Hammocks make me think friends staged the hammock to corroborate story. Are there any pics available with all of them alive in that hammock? There's a few of them. Which pics? I wish there were a drone version of that camping site. There is a drone version. Hold on. See, ask for something and you shall receive it. Hang on. Dun, dun, dun. Bear with me a second. Hang on. Bear with me. Do I have enough time to go pee? Yes. I just saw this like tonight, like while we were here. And now all of a sudden I can't find it. I can't find it. But there is drone footage. I will get it for you next time. I just saw it tonight. I will get it next time, I promise. But there is drone footage. I just don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. But it does exist, and I will get it next time. Promise. It's okay, Tamanda. Disregard the pics I spammed you with. Was trying to get them to you as you were looking for yours. He didn't want to stop talking. I don't know. He admitted he did later. Okay. There's a video of a cross being placed on a cliff. Now, do you guys have any questions about the autopsy or anything else? When I see a headstone, someone said it's standing on a cliff. No, there's a cross. But now the cliff is like matches with the water. Like, it's not like it was in 2015. Do you have the picture showing a nose? I don't. I can't find it. Letha, do you know where that picture is? Where her nose is all busted up? I can't find it. All right, this is the headstone that they're talking about. Lauren Taylor Agee, August 19th, 1993 to July 26th, 2015. Dance, love, live, laugh, breathe. That's a beautiful headstone. All right, who else shared a link? So that was a headstone photo. Anyone have the nose photo? She does need justice. And that's what they're not going to stop until they get there. They absolutely need justice. I can't play a YouTube video. Thanks. I really want to show you guys this nose. I don't know why I can't find it. It is heartbreaking. But the parents have been relentless in getting this case reopened. Absolutely relentless. Tony, I think it's also that the cops are baffling. Like, why not? Like, it kind of blows the theory out of the water that only, you know, white, good-looking, beautiful women, you know, are looked at. Like, she was totally just doesn't even matter. And next time I have an interview with the cop that the parents recorded and how little he investigated. It's pretty sick. If her nose was broken in a fall during her death, it would show a lot of damage to her face. There wasn't a lot of damage to her face. That's what I'm saying. I think she was, like, hit. She was only a little over a month younger than my youngest daughter. I agree. It's sickening. So what can investigators do now? No rape kit, friends have practiced alibis. Yeah, and the friends didn't even care that she was missing. If my ride was missing, yeah, I'm going to be a little nervous. And I'm going to be a little worried that my ride is gone. But they didn't even care. Her ride was gone. And they went about Wakefest like it was nothing. And then they found her, in, you know, hours later. Now remember, the two guys that were with her did not know her. She didn't know them. She only knew the girl she went with. That's why one of the nose injuries sounded like happened in a fight. Or somebody tried to attack her and she ran. They need to polygraph those so-called friends. They did, and I will have all that for you. I tell you, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Just looked at the hammock photos, and yes, it was attached to a small tree. I wouldn't have set it up like that, but it would have supported them just about. Foolish over a drop like that, though. I don't know. I can't imagine anyone sleeping like that. That's insane. Tony, I agree with you. That's why I really want to get Sheila on, because I want to talk to her about some of my theories. Sandra, I absolutely agree she struggled with somebody. And if you look in the Patreon and you look at a lot of the comments, I don't agree with a lot of them. I think me and Gray could go head to head on this, but I wouldn't do it until I know more about the case. You believe the hammock scene was staged? That's possible. I want the polygraphs now, no teasers. Believe me, there's so many aspects to this case. Makes you wonder about the tampon thing, if it was someone that knew how the law was. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier, Tina. Could it be a possible serial rapist? Maybe he's raped before. Maybe he knows. Who knows? Part 2 will be tomorrow night. Because Wednesday, I usually go live after Sage, but I got to drive her. I don't know if I am, because we have to make sure she's packed and ready to go, and we'll see. The 3 suspected in a murder were not her friend. No, only one of them was. One of them was a fair weather friend that, like, came and gone. All right, here's a photo of a body in the lake. I wish I could make it bigger. That's how she was found. Face down. Just floating. Can your mods put Sheila's site in here? Yes. I sent you a big one. All right, let me check. Oh, okay. All right. Here are some evidence photos. The campsite or sleeping bag. The hammock. Puppies? That's her floating. And then the cliff. Oop. Aha. Thank you. Okay. If you notice, her nose is twisted. You could see bruising on her nose. Her lip is swollen. Now, being underwater, your face is going to blow up. That's a given. But her whole nose is bent. That's not going to happen from water. Here's another thing I noticed. If you look at her mouth, she's either missing a tooth or her tooth is cracked. Because you can see one side, you can see her left tooth, but you can't see her right tooth. I found that interesting. Her face looks fat because of the swelling, but her nose is definitively crooked. I agree with you. That's not a face injury from falling, nor is it a face injury from being in the water, because there's a little bit of black and blue. But I mean, there's some serious bruising, like on her forehead and stuff. So, but you can definitively see her nose is out of shape. I don't know, but you see what I mean, though? If you look really close, you can't see her other tooth. Now, I understand her lip is swollen, but it almost looks like in this picture, like her lip is ripped. But you know it's not. You know it's just a blister. But you can see one part of her tooth. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can see the cursor. But you see what I mean? Like right here, you don't see a tooth, but you see it over here. Now lip blister looks like though it could have come from a broken tooth. It's possible. But I mean, look at that nose. That is so different. And all the bruising up here. Crazy, right? Oh. She was not in the water long because she's not swollen like drowning victims are. Oh, you don't think she looks puffy like a drowning victim? Her nose is very crooked. They watched the body being brought in. She also had a black eye, but you get black eyes from swollen. I know she wasn't in the water long, but do you really need to be in the water long to puff out? I don't know. She was embalmed in that last pic. No, she wasn't. That was an autopsy photo. Oh, was she embalmed? No. If her nose or her face were injured from the fall, it would have been destroyed. Now you get black eyes from blunt trauma to the nose area. Exactly. Who's Laura Palmer? I don't know. Laura Palmer of Twin Peaks. The more you submerge, the more you bloat. Broken nose will call black eyes. But, I mean, her nose was definitively turned. That's why I showed you the nose before. Bruise become darker later. Okay. Now, when you get embalmed, they give meds. Closer pic I sent shows teeth better. Okay. Yeah, I'm still seeing what I'm saying, though. I wish I could make it bigger. Still missing that tooth. Because 2 front teeth, you can see right here. This tooth is missing. Or chipped or something. Has to be. And this is flattened. Now let's compare it to her regular photo. Tooth? Do you guys see what I mean by a tooth? It's just not there. Even with this swollen, you can see a tiny piece right here, but it's just like missing. It's crazy, right? Tooth is broke off. I totally agree. I think same thing. People in water, it takes a day or two to float and to top, and then she would be a lot more bloated. But she didn't have uneven teeth. Look, I'll show you. She look like she has chipped tooth? Nope. Teeth are perfect. She got perfect teeth. This was her friend. This is her mom. So that blows the theory that she had a chipped tooth prior. Perfect teeth. Wonder where there would be abrasions or some sort with a rock. Nothing to me is clear cut. I agree, Kara. So do you have her friend's police interviews? Of course I do, Tina. I got all of it. 100%. But there's so much to the case, which is why I'm doing it piece by piece. And then at the very end, we can piece it all together. Because like I said, my thesis is that she was running. She was trying to get away from someone. And he killed her. Or he hit her or something, beat her up, and then went through. She ended up running and jumping over the cliff. What did a friend say? I haven't listened to all of it. Part 2 is tomorrow. It's better than cramming. Yeah, there's way too much to cram all in one night. There's so many. I mean, there's like 30 different interviews. There's like the private investigator's been working on this case for 3 years. I have the urge to run. I forgot to turn my camera back on. Sorry. The area where she was found was a cove-type area. There was an issue with the body location as well, but I can't remember what it was. We're going to get to all that. Wish we can know. We'll know probably after the parents finish court. Like I said, the case was just reopened. So, and if you guys want videos ahead and you want pictures ahead, normally it's 24 hours. It will be going back to 24 hours next week once my daughter's gone and I get everything in order. Kaja, I'll answer that in a moment, but I would recommend becoming a patron because even now they get pictures earlier, but they're going to get interviews and everything 24 hours ahead of you guys. So it may be in your best interest to become a patron, and then you can get everything 24 hours ahead of time. And it's a lot more personalized. So that's what I recommend. And it's anywhere from $5 up to $50. Dollars closed, but you can join for $5 and everyone gets the same benefits for as far as getting things 24 hours ahead. So, let's see. Do I know any court dates? I don't. But I will keep you guys informed on those. But I just know that they just reopened it. Ava, I thought so, right? No, seriously. Like, I know Grays. I know what everybody is. I didn't know they were until recently. But in true crime, with so many people getting demonetized, like, I heard Lorden was demonetized. That everybody's starting to push Patreon rather than Super Chat or anything else. Because if you get demonetized, it doesn't matter with Patreon. So that's why. Can't do Patreon. Lots of people want the wolf. It's okay, Bad Wolf. But I'm like kind of changing all of Patreon from what we did do until where I'm going on to. And I mean, I'm honest. I'll tell you why I'm changing it. One of the people that I'm a Patreon to added like 1,300 Patreons in 30 days. The guy has like 10 videos on YouTube and has 200,000 subs. And I'm really impressed by him. I don't even watch all his videos, but I'm totally impressed by him. He never does lives or anything, but he's got like 11,000 patrons between $1 or $10. He's making a fortune a month. And all he does is he puts out the videos, he does it right. And same thing with Sheila. What she does on a Patreon is she doesn't care if you share it as long as you wait a couple of days from when she puts it out. And then you could share it with whoever you want. Super Chat bugs me because they take so much. I know. There's a lot to take in. I would join Patreon. Kara, aren't you a patron already? I thought you were. No one knows. Yeah, nobody knows why YouTube is demonetizing. But I can't believe that Lorden is demonetized. Who's this Patreon guy? Oh, Jim Can't Swim. He has really good videos. He does put a ton of work into his videos. He just doesn't do them enough. Like a lot of patrons I saw were complaining about it. But he takes a psychological approach. And he's really good. And you can, like, even that you could join for $1. So those are my two patrons, Jim Can't Swim and Herbert. I am just so impressed by the numbers Jim gets. I'm like, man, I wish I knew how to edit like he does. He never shows his face, nothing. And I'm like shocked. And so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing this back to the way I intended in the beginning. And that's really build it up the right way. I've lost a bunch of people, like a lot of dollars. And because one thing I stopped doing is I stopped doing stuff on Patreon. So now I'm going to really start jacking it up again. And it's just, you know, with the kids. But once I have no kids Thursday, I'm going to revamp everything. And while I have a couple of weeks, you know, it'll be perfect. Is Patreon on another? No, Patreon is technically, you could say it's on another channel because you get unlisted videos on Patreon and then they'll be released a day or two to general public. I won't be doing as many lives, but I'll still be doing like, you know, 3 lives a week based on what's been out there. Do Patreons have to give monthly or is it... No, it's monthly. Because someone else asked me that. Is there a... Like, is it more? Can you pay all at once? No, it's just a monthly fee. Thank you, Sasmar. He makes mini documentaries. Yeah, he does. He's really good. I mean, you could do it if you have video editing skills, which I don't, and I'm trying, and I just don't get it. I'm trying really hard to get video editing, but there's so much to it, and I'm like, I just need someone to sit next to me and show me how to do it. And say, you know, you need to do this, 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 and this. Then I could do it. But I'm like trying to, it's crazy. You can do $5 a month, absolutely. Yeah, his approach is, this Jim Swim, his approach is to, he just does things like in almost like a documentary with different angles and real news footage and stuff like that. It's good. Why don't you get it? I know I've Wonder Woman, I've tried a bunch of them. They're just so confusing to me. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I think I understand it, but he is seamless with his explanations. He used to have more on YouTube, but he was getting demonetized. So moved to Patreon. See? That's what I mean. Patreon covers both channels. Yeah, it covers both channels. No, it's both. But it's not really, I don't really do drama on it. So I just signed up for $1 and has 2 spots left for Patreon. There you go. Whiskey can edit pretty good. He can edit pretty good. But, I mean, I'll let you in on a secret, Bad Wolf. His son sat there and taught him how to do it. So it makes it easier. So yeah, whether you're a $1 patron, I didn't know how many spots because I know a bunch of dollars left. A lot of people start with $1 and then work up. I have people that started at $1 and went up to 20, then went up to 50. So it's, I don't really care. It is. It's like a sponsorship. Thank you, Janelle. But that's the thing. It's finding the right program and really understanding it. So I literally just need somebody to sit down with me, sit next to me, and say, okay, I mean, I understand the basics of it, but I'm not sure how to get all the graphics in and how to do all that. So I need to learn. Get him on a plane. Let's start a GoFundMe. Ramblings and Diane got... Yeah, Ramblings got hers back, though. Diane got hers back too. But they're not true crime. Well, Ramblings is kind of. But most true crime are getting demonetized. So like me and Gray both said, let's jump ahead of the game. Let's try to get, Patreon done and up and running and better until we, just in case we get demonetized. It's worth the sponsorships if you get your findings in advance in videos. Absolutely. You do pretty darn good, Laura. Thank you, Tony. Who was other channel got to... Oh, Lorden. He's huge, and he got demonetized. I know that PewDiePie had, even though he's not true crime, PewDiePie had some issues with demonetization, which is why he went over to DLive. So, and I know that a lot of slack in Patreon has happened due to drama. A lot of people left recently because, a few people left. I'd say about 5 left because they came on because of Marissa. When you connect with other creators and, a lot of times they'll bring over, some people sign up for you. That happened with same thing in the past. So now I'm just building it up again. Thank you, Jackie. I don't know why they demonetize. It seems if you put any little thing in your tags or titles, you can get demonetized. Thankfully for me, a lot of times, with the demonetization, a lot of videos get demonetized, and then if it hits once it hits 1,000 views within 7 days, thankfully a lot of my videos hit 1,000 within 24 hours. So I just ask for them to do a review, and they do. For some reason, Sarcasm's fundraiser is demonetized. I don't know why. But it's maybe any fundraisers demonetized, but I even did a manual review because there was nothing wrong with it and demonetized. I said, all right. Nothing going on with MAM. Tina, nobody knows. That's the problem. Nobody really knows. Do they still have to cam up and use your real name on Patreon? No, because I'm not really, due to a lot of heartache and a lot of problems. The Facebook groups that I had for Patreon they're not going away, but I'm not adding more because there's been a lot of problems with them. So that's why I'm focusing more on Patreon now. And if someone I know for a long time, but it's caused a lot of problems. So, and a lot of people leaving because this one leaves, that one leaves. So that's why I'm focusing more on Patreon and doing Patreon the right way. And I think a lot of people are. I know Gray used a lot of Facebook too, and I don't know what he's doing with it because I haven't heard from him. But it's been causing a lot of problems. So I'm just going back to Patreon the way it should be and leaving it at that. Apparently Lauren was a student of criminal forensics. She was a criminal justice. I don't know if she was criminal forensics, but she definitely was criminal justice. If you're demonetized, no, because I would still use Streamlabs. If somebody's demonetized, they can use Streamlabs. That's what I like about Streamlabs is even if I was demonetized, I don't make money on videos. I really don't make that much money. Even with all the views, I just don't make money on them. Because I'm not going to fill them with, ads every 4 minutes. So that's why. Even Glenn Beck mentioned YouTube demonetizing channels and he's political. Exactly. I watch a huge YouTuber who holds a record for most videos done consecutively. He was demonetized on certain videos. So the Lorcak channel, stand drama stuff, etc. And this channel, true crime. Yes. But the drama channel, I'm having a hard time with this because everyone is asking me not to get rid of that channel. But I did promise them to my daughter. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to start Sage her own channel. And I think I'm going to just help her build it up quickly. And still allow her to do Wednesday nights and promote her own channel. I'm going to see how that goes. Because a lot of people are asking me not to get rid of that channel totally. And have both. So we'll see. What do you do for a day job? I'm a supervisor for a call center. I used to do IT support for the company, and they closed down the sector, so now I'm a supervisor. And it sucks. I hate my job. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Because, a lot of people tell me, don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of it. Like, you kind of need it for those, that like you but don't want true crime. And I can share it. I figure I'll share it while she's building up her channel. Because just like with this channel, when I lost this channel, a lot of people didn't come over there. I don't know why. They just didn't. Wait, Miss Fucking Wonderful hits the scene. She's coming slowly. Huh? Oh, true crime? Are you wanting to give YouTube a shot? Ava, I would love to. I'm just, being that I'm a single mom of 3, I would have to be making a lot of money on YouTube in order to do that. I'm not leaving YouTube, Tony. Thank you, Ballet Babe. Now, if I could grow 1,300 patrons in a month, hell yeah, see ya. Goodbye. Because it's not just my job. It's benefits. It's, dental insurance, vision insurance. I have to make sure that I can pay for all that. Lauren works his butt off and they demonetize for his content. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think everybody's starting to really build up Patreon, because you could do whatever you want. I could show news clips on Patreon. I could do anything. Jim Can't Swim is raking it in Patreon. It's exactly right. If we weren't, as my husband says, dick ass poor, I would love to join your Patreon. Thanks. There's a good point. Why not put more ads on your videos? I'm used to watching videos with ads. Doesn't bother me. Because even if I filled every single video up every 4 minutes, I'm not making enough to aggravate people. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be making enough. If I knew that putting on ads every 6 minutes was going to make me a couple thousand a month, sure, why not? But it's not. I did the call center thing with Verizon and Time Warner. Yeah, I've been with this company for a while. I took it originally because I was doing IT support, and I liked it. Then I became a supervisor of IT support, and it was good, and I was making bank. And then they cut our sales, and I said, fuck this, but I've been with the company so long, I don't want to leave. And you get your perks working for, an off-spin of Google, a vendor of Google, so it works. Are you familiar with the hell the Elvis? I've heard about that case, but no, I'm not that familiar with it. I know YouTube Red is your friend. I've made more money on YouTube Red recently than I've ever made. Well, thank you, Tony. He's been doing it. I know. I was really, really shocked he was demonetized. When I heard that, I was like, no way. I'm a single mom as well. I know hopefully within the next month, hubby gets laid off. If he doesn't, then I could join your Patreon. Don't forget, there's also dollar Patrons you can do as well. I will definitely have you, Tony. If you don't have YouTube Premium, you're missing out. I don't have YouTube Premium. I have ad blocker. It does the same thing. But I do have Cody and, everything else. That might be the best way to go, YouTube Red. See, the thing with YouTube Red and creators, it's actually really nice. It's YouTube's way when, the ad problem came in and people would, demonetizing videos. YouTube Red, for every $10 that somebody pays for YouTube Red, a piece of that goes to every creator. And this channel, this channel I make a lot more money per ad than I do on my other channel, because this channel's older. It's got the older rules on it, and I have more subs on it. But I get let's say the other channel, I get 10 per thousand or whatever it is. This channel, I think I get 25 per thousand. I just don't get the same views on this channel. What if Dyke is his real name? It is his real name. Because the legal last name is Dyke, YouTube wouldn't allow it. He sent him yeah. It's true. That is true story. Yeah, I do limited spots on the dollar because I just feel like you don't really get much for $1. You know, you get the videos early, you just don't get as much. But even with kind of eliminating the Facebook groups, I need to, Kendall Ray gets demonetized. She's got 1.4 million subs. Exactly. Why can't someone use their legal last name on YouTube? Who knows? Because some idiot complained. Sarcasm is good. She was in here before. I'm working up to Grand Poobah. There you go, Letha. You worry about your husband, Letha. Because we have ad block. Yeah, I have ad blocker. We need to pull more in here. We will. It's going to take me a while to build this channel back up. I mean, understand that this channel, if you look at my Making a Murderer videos, I have crazy views. 20,000, 50,000, you know, 160,000, 9,000. After Making a Murderer, I had to, like, build it back up. So, it's a slow process, but it'll happen. I'll get there again. Thanks, Tony. MAM days were off the hook. They were. And they were fun. They really were fun. Hey, Hockey Mom. Hockey Mom, did you hear my Patreon speech? Have you been networking to get your name out there? I haven't as much yet. Like, I will be doing more, but I haven't quite yet. Because I didn't really know which way I was going. So you missed my whole thing. I was saying that and I think I told you this privately, that I'm rearranging, Sasmala, answer that in a minute, that I'm rearranging Patreon and everything's going to be different starting later on this week. Because Hockey Mom was like a Patreon for a minute and left. Sorry. But she said she was going to come back. I use Twitter. I haven't used it recently. Hey, Stacy. I may do D-Live for gaming. Hey, Miss Behavin. I may do D-Live for gaming. I'm not going to do it for videos. To me, D-Live is a gamer site. It's not for anything else. I'm certainly not going to beg for money. I'm not going to be up there dancing or some stupid shit like that. I'm just going to use it. Can you post your email for those who want more info on Patreon? Yeah, if the best way to get info on Patreon is to go to Patreon, which is patreon.com/PURPLEXEDQT. It tells you everything. Too many kids on D-Live, exactly. What kind of games do I play? I play everything. I like horror games. I like, not travel games. What's the word I'm looking for? Like Life is Strange. Like different kind of games. If you show flew from Boogie back in the money. She left for a minute. She didn't really leave. She kind of left. She was on vacation. Good night, Laura. Good night, Wendy. No, I play poker games, but I wouldn't do it like live. Because then I play blackjack. Did you get my email? Yes, I did. I have to forward it to her. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Blackjack is fun. I love blackjack. Crazy day as usual. No, I will. I'll send it to her immediately. I completely forgot. used to play at the casinos. Tomorrow it'll be a little earlier. It'll probably be 8:30. Depending on how work goes, how much shit I can get done. Damn Russian hackers. It was probably Bad Wolf. Twanda, talk to Wags. Maybe Wags hacked you. No, I'm just kidding. My son's wife had the biggest bust on blackjack history. She had 20 and got a 10. She hit on 20. Why would she hit on 20? You're like, when do you sleep? I sleep. Between kids, YouTube, and gaming, I bet you never sleep. No, I sleep. I usually get about 4 or 5 hours a night. But I don't have a choice. You gotta do what you gotta do. Saturday was epic. Saturday was epic. I just got new lipstick, Anastasia of Hollywood. Colors Dead Roses. Awesome. I like Anastasia. I like this screen. I just don't like the chat. I emailed Jennifer. Yeah, it was great. Our names are pretty close. I play on Poker Stars, Laura. No blackjack, though. Really, Bad Wolf? Don't tell me I spent 120 at Ulta today. TJ Maxx. Go to TJ Maxx for certain brands. Lots of spoofers out there trying to hack credits from the drama community. I used to play online poker. Oh, you guys like the chat? I don't know. It just looks so big. Unless I have toenail, but okay, I'm Irish. Ouch. My son, Dayton, lost his toenail. I was so skeeved out I couldn't even look at it. I'm like, ugh, I can't look at it. And the doctor made me like wrap it and stuff. I was like, ugh. I did a website for Noah Schwartz. Yeah, I ended up deleting it, long story, but I did his poker website. It took forever. TJ, oh, I love TJ Maxx for makeup. You just got to go all the time. I have an 82% win versus loss. Sit and goes. Really, Bad Wolf? Since I can't post links, backspace out your name, put Ziggy. So I'm going to shut down in a couple of minutes because it's almost midnight. I got to go to bed. Subscribe to Poker Go. I say I'm not a big poker person. I'm really not. I'm curious about what happened with the Jennifer Jones drama, Molly. I got a news for her. I've tried contacting Jen a bunch of times, and she like texts real quick, but she doesn't call me back. So I'm like, whatever. Good night, Kara. JD, yeah, she did do a video today. That's right. You're welcome, Kaja. I work every night late. I sleep when the kids are at school and then do stuff till 9. I can never sleep when I get home, which is why I'm literally on U.S. time. Watching now at 6 a.m. Ouch. Thank you, Wicked Gaming. Tony Toops. I'm sorry you don't like her. I don't know her. That was the first I'd heard of her. Thank you, Tony. 78% on a 4-person table. On a 9-player table, I'm down 58% win versus loss. Watching too much, Laura. Dreamt we were doing shots at the Colorado River. Woohoo! Did we get drunk? As long as we didn't fall over. Jennifer was hilarious. That she was. When is Drama Mama going to be back live? Who's Drama Mama? Oh! I do have to announce this. It's on my community page on the other page. On my other account. But I do have to make a live announcement. I don't know. I'm not going to guess about who started it, who said this, who said that, who said this. But I will say, for anyone up to date on the Marianne cop calling saga, she made a post, and again, it's on my other community page, that PMM did not make those calls. So PMM, Potty Mouth Mama, has been completely vindicated in those calls. So I just want to make that announcement. Will Marianne ever give her an apology? Probably not. But I did want to make that announcement because we're all very happy that her name is finally cleared after it's been dragged through the fucking mud 30 zillion times. So I just want to make that announcement. How do I find a community page? You just go to Laura Keck, which even on July 20th, I'm changing that name back. That was a total fluke and a mistake. She's deflecting to throw you up because cop call came from her own camp and it's a person who doesn't like you. Wonder Woman, I absolutely agree with that. I've said that all along. But Potty Mouth Mama has been vindicated. No thanks to Mandy. But Irish Girl, I'm not saying who's who. Kaja, I have no idea. My personal belief, it's the same person. That's my personal belief. I'll always believe that. I have my own intuition about who I think it was. And I have my reasons for it. But I can't prove it, so I'm not going to accuse anyone. But it is someone from the community. No, it was about Marianne's call. I agree, Ava. Time tomorrow will be probably about 8:30. 8:30. There are too many Tony Starks. Is your email on your community page? Yeah, I believe it is. My email is just my name, perplexedqt@gmail.com. They were probably working for... Dun, dun, dun. No, I don't think so. Well, maybe, but I don't think so. Is someone who sounds like they could be from Louisiana, but actually from Tennessee. From Tennessee? I don't think this person's from Tennessee. See, that's why I gave you my maiden name, Toops. Let's just say it's somebody that, I don't know how to say it. Wait till you meet all the Carlos Martinez. No thanks. I don't know how to say it. She's someone that's been around. Is there a topic for tomorrow or whatever happens? No, we're doing more of this case. Think about it, always has your name in her mouth. Oh, Pink? I don't think it was Pink. It's possible, but I don't think it was. I could blame Pink for a lot of things. I don't think that was it. But you never know. It's possible. You are the first one who pronounced it right. Yes. Nope, not Pink. Who? Wonder Woman who? Can we start calling her Pearline? Yes, we can. I don't know who you're talking about then, Ava. Angel, we can just call her Psycho. Yeah, she did make a nice video. I saw that. It just, the only problem is a little hard to take serious and she was dressed like a man. She should have done a female costume. Think real hard who always speaks about you. Marianne always speaks about me, or shall I say Walmart girl. May as well put names in a hat at this point. Come on, who are you talking about? Unless you're talking about someone from the drama community. Actually, Wonder Woman Emod came up with that name. and it just kind of stuck. We were like, who's Walmart girl? He's like, I'm that Marianne girl. I said, oh my God, that's so awesome. I got to remember that. Walmart girl. Did she have numbers in her name? No, Lorraine's a waste of time. Angel, I know. Did she have numbers in her name, Wonder Woman? Hey, sugar. Dollar Store Donna. My husband walked by while I was watching Kiki. He said, what the heck are you watching? Spill it, Wonder Woman. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Do you really think so? Because, you know, you're not the first person to say that. A couple of people had said that. But I don't know. I don't know. Really? You're not the first to say that. A lot of people have said it. But I don't know anything about her, where she's from. Actually, I do know where she's from, but it's not Tennessee. It's possible. Anything is possible. Can I be target temptress? Yes, you can, Kaja. Trust vaccine and secret room. Okay. I'll believe you. Why, they admitted it? Can you show proof that they admitted it? Ava, I can't say. They discuss everything in secret room. That is true. But is there proof? But Make a Mobster doesn't know. Make a Mobster wouldn't know that. So my patrons aren't dying. Alright, so I just told some of the patrons. But do you have proof? We need proof. Why was MG texting you yesterday during a live pics of Rositi? I have no idea, Pumpkin. I thought the same thing. I showed everyone. I was like, see, I haven't even answered. Was that video Brian post supposed to be you and your daughter? I think so. I heard there was a video that he called my daughter a hoe and everything else, and mentioned my brother, and I heard it was removed, though. That's one way to get patrons, exactly. Ask Ozzy, I just told her. They'll come after me. Yeah, but I can't go by rumor. And is that both calls or just one? Gotta show proof for it's bullshit in my humbly. Of course, I agree, Bedwolf. But other people have said it was this person too. But I wouldn't announce it on a live. You remember in grade school how if you didn't bring candy for everyone, you couldn't have any? Give us a candy info. I agree. Marianne's call or Make a Mobster's call? And it was done to get back at me? Like it was done to set me up? Oh, did she? Okay. Interesting. And she knew who did it? A lot of my patrons are leaving love. I've lost a lot of patrons. I lost like 12 patrons. But a lot of them were either making a murderer, connected to Marissa, or personal reasons. Like there were 3 that left personal reasons. Set up completely. Nice. I don't doubt that at all. I absolutely don't doubt that at all. Poof. And you're not the first person to say that either. Probably just say it for your drama channel that you claim you don't do. Bad Wolf, zip it. And I never claimed I don't do drama. You'll never hear me say that. I never said that. But I have lost a bunch of patrons. I'm not going to lie. But like 5 of them were dollar patrons that just weren't getting anything. 4 of them came from Marissa. So obviously they're going to leave. There was no making up with me and Marissa. And then 3 of them are, I had a personal fight with. Switch to drama channel dish. The irony is that she only has 11 with 24,000 subs. I know. Probably 10 of them only paid $5. That's very true. I didn't even know why she's watching my Patreon. Her other channel, Lila, says it covered. It does. We need to break out the muzzle. Yeah, I don't... See, but the difference is, though, if you're not producing content, I don't know why you would do a Patreon. Like, just doing stupid videos doesn't equal I wouldn't pay for it. You know, like, there has to be a cause in it. Oh, I agree with that, Wonder Woman. Jennifer J went harder than the paint last night, and that was honestly overdue. Kay Bronson, look at you in for the kill. You like slid in home base. I agree, misbehaving. So Ava, Kay Bronson went in for the kill. She's like slid into home base. She rounded all the bases and then slid right into home. Zoom. Untouched, unnoticed. There's your answer. Tawanda, you got that reversed. She's talking about that I'm a threat to Marissa, and that's why Marissa is, like, obsessed with everything I do. That's okay. You don't need to remember the numbers. Just slid right into home. Zoom. Not even scratch. Because Laura has an army of loyal people, and the other one has... That is very true, and I've said that. That my subs are fantastic. They really are. Maybe she's been defending you. I know, Mar. It's very weird. It's just very odd how all of a sudden things changed with her. And... Oh, Janelle, I put it in the chat. Oh. Yeah, Kay Bronson cracked the code. Close, Laura. Reversed. We need a creators challenge, make peace, and gain patrons. There you go. Just know lots of your viewers are not loyal who are recent viewers. Okay. Just know lots of your viewers are not loyal who are recent viewers. Okay, I know who my loyal ones are. No proof, just rumor. I thought you were not going to discuss Marissa or Pink. I'm not. We were talking about something else. I can't help it up if it comes up in a conversation. I mean, I'm fucking human. Dangling from a chandelier. She didn't, I started it, sorry. You might lie to your preacher, if you lie on YouTube, you'll be busted out. That is true. I agree with that. Strength. I don't know why I say saw. I don't know. Any news on sarcasm, son? We have nothing. That was cryptic to say eyes are watching you. What do you mean? Who says eyes are watching me? I think it's cute. You stayed on 150 people and I true crime channel. It's pretty good. I got like 7,000 subs. I want to be a patron, but don't want to be harassed. But I wanted to for months. Honestly, Steph, I think the harassment is done because the way I'm changing it, nobody's going to know unless you announce it. But I promise you'd be proud to announce it. Now it's time to find out true quality of people. Look at the comments. The ones I've seen in here, and then I've seen them kissing asses on the channels. They diss when they're here. Oh, we see that. So you have to understand, though. Here's the good thing about having, now 49, but I knew the one that left, 50 patrons. There's eyes and ears everywhere. My mods everywhere. They know who's talking shit, who's not. They know who to look out for. They know when to look out for them. Believe me, nobody in here is stupid. With 50 patrons, everybody's watching something. So that's how we know everything. That's how we hear everything. And we know who's talking shit in other channels and who's talking shit about me in other channels. Believe me, I see you. I'm still going to be nice to you in here until you give me a reason not to be. Then you're going to be blocked without question. But there's a couple of people in here I know have bashed me in other rooms. I see it. Believe me. Janelle knows it. Ozzy especially knows it. We see it. Nobody's going to call you kids, Mar. Mar, how's your son? Kaja, what was happening in the Facebook groups? In the Facebook groups, people were getting harassed. But that's why like I said, the Facebook groups have caused a lot of problems. That's why I'm not doing them anymore. Unless somebody specifically definitely wants to be in there. Nope, you've never bashed. Nothing new, still the same. Okay. Ozzy has 50 eyes and 100 ears. Absolutely. And 30 cameras. I was a little worried, Kaja, but it's been awesome. Ah, thanks, Dee Dee. Yeah, everybody's everywhere. Except today, nobody told me Wags went live. And they're all keeping it a secret. For some reason, I don't get notifications. I saw like a half hour was over. I was like, nobody told me. Do you need Facebook Patreon? Not anymore, no. Facebook has been sucking for the last year or so. I don't like it very much anymore. The thing with Facebook, though, I've met some amazing women through Patreon that I may not have met otherwise, but and they've met a lot of people. It's caused a lot of problems. He was flirting with all the girls. I know, I saw that. I watched it. I was laughing. I've unsubscribed to a lot of channels too. I don't like Discord. I never liked Discord. Taurus strong. My dad was a Taurus, old blue eyes. I've met great friends on Facebook, then I get hacked. That's horrible, Tawanda. I'm sorry. But that can actually happen from anywhere, though. Getting hacked on Facebook is not hard, unfortunately. Don't worry about the people you see. Worry about the ones you don't. Good point. How does one get hacked on Facebook? Oh, it's easy. All you have to do is download something, open something, answer some stupid video request. This is you on YouTube. A lot of people do it. People get hacked daily on Facebook. In the true crime community, it's easy. I'm sad you had a fallout with Marissa. I like both of you. I can't for the life of me work out what's going on because I'm so confused. Either videos are deleted from Marissa or too long to catch up. They can do that by email. And one of my patrons said my email was. That's one of the things I like about Facebook. I belong to several good groups, and you can get a lot of... I agree. Sarah, I agree with that. Hockey Mom, tell us how you really feel. Always set up to... Yeah, I have a 2-step verification on everything, except my email that someone said was hacked. See, but the reason why, I know why my email was hacked or cloned or whatever you call it, because hackers or somebody trying to get in thinks that my PURPLEXEDQT email is attached to everything. My PURPLEXEDQT email is attached to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, one of my patrons said it. I don't know. I'm not talking to Ben. Ben said he's staying away. I said, okay, Ben. He's all right. We just had a falling out. My thoughts. Bush pig. I'm on a die trying to join you. You're on a die? What's a die? I'm on a dat? I'm on a date. Well, go enjoy your date, silly. The world's going from bad to worse. People are causing the problem. That's true. People do cause the problem. Ben, could you use some rest and relaxation? I know, he could. One email for each place and a different username on it. You got it. I have like 9 different emails. And the ones that are attached to stuff, I don't give out. I mean, you can hack my PayPal, but if you hack my PayPal, good luck, because I keep no money in it. Ben is going to need an operation suit to get his foot out of his mouth. That is true. Yeah, if you're on a date joining a live, it's probably not a good date. He's 100% dork, but cute dork. Dork is good. Ash! Look who's back! Ben needs to make a new channel called Ben Gone Wild. I know. He got so mad at me that I played some that was funny the first time. And then it wasn't funny and I shut it down. He may be a great date because he enjoys your channel too. Good point. Ash, I'm shutting down in a minute though. Tampon Gate. Yo, that video's got like over 6,000 views already. It's crazy. It's like a 6-hour live. Ben got mad and blocked me. But he also misconstrued a couple things that he was wrong about. And it caused shit. And he was wrong. Tampa Guide, isn't that great? A hashtag for this video. No, not for this video. It was for the other video. I missed all you ladies. Good night. Good night, Tony. And we miss you too, Ash. I actually watched it again. So funny. I know. I am leaving. I've been on since 9:30. Do I get credit for the trademark tampon gate? Yes, you do, Marty McFly. I'll add it to the video. Don't understand how he got so upset with you. I don't know either, Wonder Woman. I have no idea. But I was just like, whatever. You want to get mad at me? Get mad at me. Thank you, Nene. So I'm going to shut down. I got to get to bed. But just remember, tomorrow night, around 8, 8:30, depending, I'm going to do more of the cop and the interviews. I'm going to do some of the cop and some of the interviews. Patreons, I don't have 24 hours, but I'll upload it as early as I can so you guys can have it during the day. Ash, I don't know. I wasn't there. Old Blue Eyes, I said the exact same thing to him today. I said, you know what, Ben? I have had your fucking back before anybody. I have had your back from day one. And you're going to get fucking mad at me for this? Whatever. I said, you get mad at me then. He's like, because nobody else has had your back like I have. But whatever. So, it's all good. Yeah, Ben blocked me today. I don't know. Good night, Bad Wolf. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. It takes all kinds of people to make this world. That's right, it does. Good night, Marty McFly. So, good night, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, Samara. Night, Sandra. Night, Angel Pepper. Night, Wicked Gaming. Good night, Ava.